What's going on YouTube? Big D here. It's time to review The Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 15, titled Try. This is the, I believe, 66th episode overall in the series, so 66 hours of The Walking Dead. Not too bad, guys. This is an epic episode, by the way. Spoiler review, if you have not seen the episode, go to amc.com/The Walking Dead. Watch the full episode there. It should take me less than 2 minutes to recap the episode, give you my pros and cons, final score, my top 3 moments also. Next week's the 90-minute season finale. 90 minutes long, in case you didn't know. Long time ago they announced that. Super fun. Let's get right started. So first off, Dina burns this note that Carol gave her in the beginning. She said, like, she makes a casserole and everything because it's the nighttime, you know, Glenn's already back and everything. She knows Aiden died and everything, so they're mourning, basically. And it says, like, something like, sorry for your loss, and then she just burns it. So, very, or Deanna, I'm sorry, thinking about a Power show. Deanna, she burns it, so it's very, very bitchy in a way. I'm gonna say that much. Daryl and Aaron, they see a campfire in the distance, or a, you know, where there's somebody over there, so they're walking, and it's very scary because Daryl and Aaron are just alone out in the night, and you know, it's not safe to be at night. I mean, obviously they're fierce and they can fight for themselves, but it's just scary because it's like they're alone. You don't know who's out there. Obviously, in the universe, there are Negans out there somewhere. So I mean, it's scary, you know. Rick almost kills Pete. He basically looks at him and he goes in front of him and he just says, keep walking. So there, Pete, he's always like, he just does this and he's like, hey Rick, what's up? And then it's just like, keep walking. I love that. So Nicholas lies and basically telling Deanna. Glenn tells Rick the truth of Noah. Rick suggests to kill Pete to Deanna, and basically she's like, you're gonna get exiled, or we should exile him. And he's like, no, we need to kill him. He has no choice. We'll move them, we'll separate them. What's he gonna do? He's our surgeon. He's gonna say no. He has no choice. I love that also. So Sasha is hunting out. Michonne and Rosita go looking after her. Carl and Enid have a moment. They really do have a moment out in the woods, and you know, they're just bonding out there. And you know, like, you scare me, and why do I scare you? And they go out into the trees. Walkers are passing them, and they're almost gonna kiss, but gotta keep it PG-13 though. So Sasha and Michonne and Rosita, they kill, having a little kill massacre of walkers. And I love how it edits to Michonne when she's killing in season 4 all the walkers when she was alone and, you know, after the prison. So she's sad for Noah and she blames herself for Noah's death, partially. So Glenn tells Nicholas basically that he sucks, saying that next time you go out there you're dead. I mean, you don't know. And Glenn just goes on full out like, shut up, you don't talk, you listen. And that was really good. So at the end, Rick asks Jesse if he can help, and she basically says yes. And I like it because she denies him at first, and then he walks into the house and he's like gonna be like, I want to protect you, Jesse. And basically at that moment she's just like, all right. And then here comes Pete. Hey Rick, what are you doing? Why are you in my house? Jesse, get over here. And then he's just like, get over here. It gets out of hand. It escalates really quickly. And then a fight goes on. And it's a fight with Pete. And they fighting, they're scratching, and they get thrown through a window. And it just continues. So in that moment, Rick, he's locking him down. And Jesse tries to stop Pete. And he hits Jesse. And that's when Rick just turns the table. And he starts mauling at him. And almost kills Pete, because then Deanna stops him and basically like, enough. And I'm like, a woman saying enough when 2 men are fighting. No, not in my house. We continue. So basically, I say Rick preaches. He just preaches out, saying like, you know, you don't know the real world. And after that, Deanna's kind of like, you know, we need to bring order into this, Rick. And she's like, I see it clearly. And then he's like, you're gonna throw me out? Me? And he's bloody and I mean, he looked crazy. He's crazy. He's crazy. But we love Rick crazy. I mean, that's just the way we prefer it. But yeah, poor Carl's probably embarrassed. He's like, shh, you're probably not gonna kiss me now, are you? You know, that type of moment. And then basically Michonne hits him. She knocks him out, and it was real cold. I mean, it was just, and in the back you have Sasha literally just mauling down walkers at the wall. White walkers at the wall. Anyway, very interesting. So real quick, my top 3 moments and then my pros to my cons. First off, number 3, Rick almost kills Pete. Wisen, keep walking. That was such an intense moment, and it's dark and it's gritty and it has a nice camera angle where Rick's looking up like that, and I mean, it looks so perfectly done and filmed. Number 2, when the fight itself, Pete versus Rick, I have not read the comics at least up to that part, and I hopefully it did justice, that fight. I hope people were excited. I certainly got excited, and it built up and it was really intense. And my number 1 is when Rick preaches out and he's bloody and just telling everyone that this is the real world. You need to live in the real world. This is all fake. You know, you need to survive or else you're gonna die. And it's really intense and full on Shane, full on Governor in a type of way. I don't know, you ask me. So real quick, my pros. First off, this is literally, and a lot of people are gonna say this is the best episode out of the season. It is out of the second half. First off, this is the best out of Rick for season 5. I mean, Andrew Lincoln brings his all on this episode. I would be surprised if he doesn't get nominated for an. I don't know why they don't ever get actors nominated for Emmys. Like, I literally could see Andrew Lincoln getting nominated for one. I just don't know why he doesn't get nominated. His acting was just phenomenal this episode. I mean, just for TV-wise, he was great. He was great. I enjoyed him. He brought intensity. He brought emotion to the Rick character. I enjoy it so much, and the acting overall of the cast really brings it in. It's intense and bloody. I mean, Sasha and their massacre, and then them fighting. It just really brings intense and emotion again to Jesse. And, Sam was asking for a gun to protect you. Just intense. The action and the effects overall, and practical effects and CGI effects, were beautifully well done. None of them really looked bad. They all looked super well nourished. I also like when Sasha shot this walker and like a piece of his skin went and flew on this rope, and it just like drenched there and dipped. That was really cool. Also, Daryl's storyline. We did not see a lot of Daryl. We only saw 3 scenes with him, I believe. But for what we saw, it was really enjoyable, and I believe he'll be a big part. That's why the 90-minute season finale we'll see more of Daryl. And the ending, I gotta just say that this is my favorite ending out of season 5 overall, was just Rick. And my con is Michonne knocking him out. I'm gonna get to that in a minute, but just overall how they end it with the fight and Rick's just preaching, hallelujah, it was really great. And Carl and the girl Enid, I really did like their enjoyable moments. I was a little scared. I was like, what's gonna go on? Is she gonna go batshit crazy and just stab him in the eye and that's how he loses his eye? I don't know. It's Walking Dead. It's unpredictable. You don't know what's gonna go on. She could have killed him right there and then, and be like, I got him. And then just like Negan comes out and he's like, ha ha ha, yeah. I don't know. You never know. Could have happened, but who knows? I could have wrote this show. It's easy. Now the only cons really, it did have a slow beginning. The first with Deanna and everything, it was really slow, and the dad looks so like he's just there, lying there. I mean, it was really slow and boring in kind of sort of a way, but it's still interesting. Carol, that was good. Some casserole, baby. I mean, what are you doing? That's food right there. I'm hungry. I don't know about you, but I am. And Sasha. Now, I do like Sasha, the character, but it's really, again, where they should have dealt with this of her character 3 episodes ago, not now, towards the end of the season. It was just a little bit cheesy, just her shooting at the end, kind of. And not really the cheesy, but some parts were where she's saying Michonne, like, yelling at Michonne, we've all been through it. She's just going through a little tantrum. Also, not showing Deanna's reaction to when Glenn and them arrived. They didn't show that. I was kind of pissed off. I was like, I wonder how she's going to react when she find out Aiden, and then they don't even show it at all. Also, yeah, that's basically it. I mean, yeah, that's my cons. Also, no Father Gabriel or no Eugene or no Abraham. What's up with that? Why do you guys... What are you doing? But overall, for this episode, I'm going to end up giving it a solid A, a 9.10 out of a 10. Secondarily, a solid B. Because it is a great emotional ride of an episode, and it is truly an episode before a season finale. It's gonna build it. The hype is built, man, and in 7 days, it's gonna. I mean, it already hit the fan. It's hit the fan. This is the climax that's rising up. So definitely, for sure, super excited for next week. And I don't know. I don't know what's going to go on. It's unpredictable from here on out. Obviously, I think Rick's going to get exiled. But there's going to be some trouble at the gates. And where's Morgan? Hopefully next week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope all of you enjoyed. And I'll see you for the season finale next week. The spot be with you always. And remember, keep walking.